want to do the clap.
3, 2. Wow.
Wow.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of the theSIDEROOM podcast, where we talk about everything and anything. My name is justjeff, and I have my host with me on to my right here, DNICS.
What's good, yo? We got video this time.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We originally wanted to film on an iPad, but the quality is way better on the iPhone. So I'm filming off my phone right now.
I wanted to address something. Jeff's friend said I didn't say hi to the ladies, so both ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the theSIDEROOM podcast.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So for this episode, I wanted to bring in the whole crew of the theSIDEROOM podcast. So obviously you guys know Jacob right here to my right. He is our sound engineer. He is going to be helping out with the quality of the sound. And actually a lot of people had a lot of good compliments of the quality of the first episode. So kudos to you, Jacob.
Thank you.
And to my left here, we have my old friend, Anthony Giovanni. Is it Giovanni or Giovanni?
It's Giovanni.
Giovanni? Shit, I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Giovanni this whole time.
I say Giovanni because it sounds funnier. I mean, I always think that he's Italian. Or are you Italian?
Yeah.
See, at least I got something right. But so Anthony over here, I've known him for about, I think we met in 2015, right?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
2015, so basically 7 years. Damn.
Where'd you guys meet?
I've never actually thought. So we met in at Cerritos College through the water polo team. So basically he is a year older than me. And he graduated high school 2014. I graduated 2015. So he already had a year into Cerritos College water polo team. And then we kind of just clicked right away once we started practicing and just started to hang out and be friends and stuff. So, yeah. So Anthony is going to be helping out with more of the production, the videos and everything. So originally we're going to have Jacob and Anthony on the back end of things once we have guests coming in. So they'll be helping out with like showing videos or seeing if our levels are right with the mics. But for this episode, we just want to bring them in. Just have a conversation about, what we want to do with the podcast, get to know each other. Because I know Anthony, but DNICS and Jacob don't really know Anthony as much. Anthony did help us with the 3-year anniversary for Soul Control, and he actually has the clips.
Hey.
He
Nice.
has all the
Excited for that,
footage.
bro.
Yeah, so we're going to be making like a behind-the-scenes Soul Control 3-year anniversary show. So that'll be pretty tight. I'm excited for that. But yeah. Super excited for us to like all be in the same room, and we have a group chat on our phones. I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm super excited to get everyone here and get to know each other a little bit more. So I asked everyone in the group chat to ask one question for each person. So, for example, I'm going to be asking Jacob a question. I'm going to be asking Dinas a question. I'll be asking Anthony a question. So,
so that's how it's good.
That's how it's good.
yeah. So I mean, but we could go like, you can ask your questions and then I'll answer. And
Well, that's how I thought it was going to go. I thought like we're going to ask 3 questions and everybody answers it.
Oh, everyone answers
That's what
it.
I
That's
thought
what I
originally,
figured,
but if you want to do it that way, we could do it that way too.
Damn. Was I not that specific on the...
You weren't that specific,
Dude,
though.
I was just asking. Oh, just ask 3
You said
questions.
3 questions? I mean, it's pretty like open-ended. Like you're really...
I try to make it more
Yeah.
personal. Maybe my questions are too personal.
I thought you wanted.
Just ask it, bro.
All right. So who wants to go first? Goes first? You guys rock, paper, scissors.
I guess I'll go first.
Okay. All right. Dinas, you go first.
I'll go first. I'm not scared. Do I have to stand? I'm just kidding. Let me see. All right. This is for anybody to answer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So not towards anybody. It's for everybody. All right. Question number 1. What do you do on your free time? So let's talk about like what you do as like your occupation and like what you do outside of your occupation. Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, we'll go down the line right here. Go
Alright.
down the line.
On my free time, for the most part, all I do is just like work on music and play basketball or go rock climbing. That's basically it.
That's true. I feel like we're always with you on your free time.
Yeah.
Because you're mostly free during the evening. I mean, a lot of people are, but
Yeah,
okay. But you like to exercise, though, huh?
I do like to exercise.
You're
a
pretty
lot.
buff.
Thank you.
You take creatine?
I do.
I was
now.
thinking about taking creatine.
Dude, honestly, like, I don't know the science behind it, but it does help in the sense of like getting bigger.
Uh-huh.
So
But
it's supposed to help you bulk? Is that what it does?
from what I've seen, yes, but right when you do cardio, like it's all gone. Because I know it's like mostly water weight that
Oh,
it builds
I
up.
see. So
that makes
the
sense.
minute you sweat it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
I think it makes your muscles fuller, no, right, or something like that.
it's water weight majority,
Yeah.
right?
What does
But you need to
creatine
drink a
mean?
lot of water weight.
Yeah,
right?
you have to drink a lot of water for
I
that.
mean, you need to drink a lot of water. I you need to drink a lot of water weight. Well, that's cool. I like to exercise as well. I like to hit the gym in the morning though. I'm not
Same.
so much of like a dude that works out in the
Yeah.
afternoon because it's so hard after your whole day and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to do late at night, but I've transitioned to in the morning, just because like science shows that after you work out, after the pump, like you have more energy,
Mm-hmm.
and like if you do take a nap, like it helps you only take like power naps, you know. So
Yeah, it gets my day going for sure.
yeah, I like it a lot more than going at 10 p.m. or
Yeah,
later.
and it's less crowded. I feel like. in the
Oh,
morning.
way less
Yeah.
crowded.
Oh, yeah,
way
yeah.
Than
less
at
crowded.
night, yeah.
That's the reason why I like going at night, because it was less crowded. But I enjoy going in the morning now because it's less crowded. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
That's cool. That's
and
cool.
it inspires me. It motivates me to wake up earlier. So,
You should start doing 5 a.m. sessions.
bro,
5 a.m.
I'm not there
Oh.
yet. I'm not there yet.
I used to work out 5:30. Well, that was when I was in water polo though. You're forced to do it. I
But
mean,
how'd
but
you
it's a
feel
different
after
story
that?
when you want to wake up that early.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll just be trained into like a different beast, or you just wake up early, sleep early.
Yeah, honestly, when I was doing that for like, I think I only did it for a month, and I think for the first few weeks, like, it was weird because I worked out and I'm just like, oh damn, like I have all this free time. Usually I'm
Uh-huh.
asleep right now, and then it made me just like, okay, I can do this now. And then by like, I think when it hit like 3 o'clock, I'm just like, damn, I have nothing to do for the rest of the day.
Shit, yeah,
So I'm like, damn, I can go chill or go back to sleep.
that's true.
Or
So
do
do
other
you
things.
do you go rock climbing like on the weekends or during the weekdays, or like how do you even fit that into your?
For rock climbing now, it's like before I used to go like 3 times a week. Like I'll make it
Oh wow, that's a lot.
thing, but I started getting injured. Like I started getting what do you call it? Like tinnitus, not tinnitus. What's it called? Like tennis elbow and
Oh, just like the tightness. in
yeah, all the
here?
tightness right here. It came to the point where like my wrist would just start flaring up randomly.
Really?
Yeah, and
It
then
gets your nerves like that.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Interesting.
That's
But
bad
dude-
for you, or is it like?
I
that
think so.
muscle?
I think if you're like, I mean, if you have a lot of tension in your arm, right, and you're like consistently like squeezing, it's just obviously you build muscle, but it has some damage.
It's like
into it.
carpal tunnel, right? Basically, in a way.
Yeah,
Or you're
you-
building carpal tunnel.
Yeah, basically.
What are the common injuries for rock climbing?
The one I talked about, I forgot the exact name, but
Let's just say it's tendonitis. And if anyone in the
yeah, it is
Tendinitis.
tendinitis.
tendonitis.
Tendinitis. You
So
can
it
get,
is
like,
tendinitis.
like tennis elbow.
Okay.
Falling.
There's
Falling.
this- Oh, yeah, falling. Oh my god, dude. Speaking of falling, my homie actually broke his leg.
Broke his
Yeah.
leg.
Yeah, I wasn't there when it happened, but like I just got to the gym. It's not funny, but I thought it was funny because like I see everyone just like sitting down in a circle, and I'm just like, oh, like it's cool, like some kumbaya shit. Like, we're just chilling. Next thing you know, I see like the paramedics come. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? And then this guy that I met at the gym, his name's David. He came up to me. He's like, bro, like some guy like broke his leg like climbing one of the walls. And I looked over, like once everyone dispersed out of the circle and I saw who it was, I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I know that guy. And it was pretty bad. But from what I heard,
What did he break? His like femur?
yes. No, that's femur.
Oh, shin. Did he
Is it
land it
tibia?
awkwardly?
Is this a tibia right here?
I'll just say shin.
There's like.
Okay, but basically shin, yeah.
I'm not gonna get to it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So
I took anatomy, but I got a B and I barely passed.
you got to be at least. Fuck.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, he was up on the wall, and then I guess what people were saying, like he was kind of in an awkward position, and so his arm just kind of gave out and he fell. He couldn't really catch himself.
Ah, I see.
But I guess it was loud inside the gym. Like everyone just heard like a snap,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you hear someone screaming.
I just imagine Jacob walking and smiling, like all happy.
Wait, what?
Like walking up to the circle.
Like kumbaya, like, oh shit, this is cool. And then like for paramedics, his face just drops.
Oh no, yeah, basically that's how it went down. I come in, I'm like, I thought it was a good day.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, like.
Damn.
But honestly, after that, like I became more aware. I'm like, okay, like I can't. I have to be more aware, like when I do these climbs and like know my limit,
Yeah.
because I can't go past that and then like, oh shit, like I fall and then I can't catch myself.
Damn.
I feel like a lot of people don't really know their limit when like working out in general.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unless until there's an injury or
Yeah.
something like
Like
that.
ego lifting. I used to
Yeah.
always ego lift, bro. Like, cause I didn't want to be like
Don't
a wimp.
ego lift.
When I first started in the gym, and like I would like lift heavy, and then I'd figure later on that my form wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I have more experience in the gym, like I'm,
Yeah.
I'm smarter.
I
about
think
what
we
do.
all come from like an athletic background too, so we understand of like the push and pull of working out, and you know how much you put in, and obviously you'll get the results, but also you have to maintain
Right.
and not hurt yourself. So that's
Yeah.
like a big balance. I feel
That's a
like
part
when I
of it
work
too,
out, yeah.
working out. Like,
Every
resting.
time I work out, I always think about prevention more than anything, because it's a long road ahead,
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
than just like instant buff.
Gains.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was at my heaviest, like I would work out. This is when I would work out. This was like last year, like
Uh-huh.
not even long ago. Like when I would work out at night, I would see myself not showing any progress, but it's because I didn't sleep at night. Like I
see.
would stay up after the gym, like because I said earlier, like you have more energy after the gym, right?
Mm.
So I would stay up till 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. playing video games, trying to get tired and shit. And the reason why I didn't show progress is because I would sleep. You know, I wouldn't sleep basically. So,
Yeah, I would say sleep is like the biggest thing.
biggest
in
thing.
trying to get healthy.
Yeah.
People think it's just like working out, but I think like working out's like
Well, diet
10%
too.
of it,
Yeah.
Mm.
and like the rest is just like your sleep and your diet.
Diet. Yeah.
Well, that was question one. That was all question one. So wait, that was okay. So basically, that was like what you like to do in your free time.
Yeah.
The second part of the question was like what you do for your occupation, right? Or like
Yeah.
what?
Well, it wasn't really. I just wanted to say like what you do during your occupation and what do you do outside of the occupation, basically. But you
Oh,
don't
okay.
have to. You don't have to include.
So you said the hobby outside occupation. What you do? Like, so I know. So I mean, you can answer the second part of it.
Wait, so did I not answer your question?
So you
You
answered
did.
the first part of the hobby.
What do
The
you
hobby.
What do you do? Like what?
Okay,
what is
so
your,
what I do
yeah.
is I'm an engineer and producer. I make
Hey.
beats and like I
Nice.
work on like people's music, like in
These
terms of
things.
mixing and recording.
Yes, sir. Go follow him on SoundCloud. Makes a lot of edits.
Yes,
Big DJs use his edits, like Miles Medina.
I'll show that later.
When was the first time you heard Miles Medina use your edit?
The first, it was you.
me.
Yeah,
When?
you sent me the video.
Oh, the one where he was in San Diego for
Yeah, that was-
Hickeys and Dry Hump.
Mm-hmm. Dude, when I
Yeah.
got that video, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Like I had to play it a couple of times. Like, is this really my edit? Like, what the fuck?
But then afterwards, you actually met up with him, or
Yeah,
you met
I
him
met him
somewhere,
at-
and then you told him that you made that edit, and then he was saying that he was going through your whole library and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
honestly,
pretty cool.
that was a trip. Like, but okay, when he said that, two things came up in my mind. Damn, that's cool. I'm like, damn, you're drunk right now. Like, is this really, like, is that really happen? But I'm gonna just take it with a grain of salt and just go with what he said.
Yeah, I mean, it
Oh,
was when I heard the edit when he was using, I was like, oh shit, I have to send it to Jacob right now.
Wait, were
And-
you there? Or was that from
No,
someone else?
I just saw it through his story.
Okay.
At Sunday brunch was that the event?
Yeah. It was the big patio one.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that was wild.
Okay. I guess
Go
I'll
ahead, Jeff.
answer.
Yeah.
I'll answer your question. So what I do right now, I'm a water polo coach. If you guys know it, but if you don't, then yeah, I answered that question. I coach at Cypress High School and for Chargers Water Polo Club based in Cypress. So I'm in the OC a lot. yeah, just right now we're in summer, so we're in our summer camp. We've been practicing since the beginning of June, just getting ready for the fall season. And for club, we just came back from NorCal. We played in a big tournament up there called Junior Olympics.
Hey.
Did a good job over there.
I
And
saw you guys won a medal.
Yeah.
yeah, we got first place in gold division. So basically,
Nice.
so if you think about it, so there's platinum division, gold division, I think silver, and then classic, or I might just be classic at the end. So basically, the division that we won, we got first place in the golds division. If you were to like refer it back to like D1, D2, it'd basically be like the D2 of like club.
That's pretty big though.
But yeah, it's a big accomplishment. I think we try to strive to be in the platinum, and we had a tough loss in our first day, so it kind of bumped us down to that gold division. But we still, saw some teams, that were challenging in that gold division. So it's not like we blew them by, and it's not like we didn't belong there. So obviously the wins and losses, it kind of shows where you belong. And even though we wanted to be in platinum, we had a lot of fun in that gold division, and we got a medal out of it. So overall, good weekend for us. So outside of my occupation, I am DJ / podcast host / I like to be outside a lot. I like to
He's
do
a producer
stuff.
too.
Yeah, not as much anymore. Not as much anymore. But I want to get back into it though. I feel like it's so hard to do a lot of stuff at the same time.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It very is so hard.
Yeah. There was a podcast I was listening to. There was a person that was saying, jack of all trades, but master of none. I want to master something, and I feel like a lot of the times when I do stuff, it's just kind of normal.
Right.
I feel like I'm plateauing sometimes. So I want to just push one thing. Like right now, it's kind of like this podcast. I want to push this podcast, obviously, because we're making it together. And I want to make it a little bit better and better each time.
Yeah.
One adjustment hearing from episode 1 is the likes and nubs. I know everyone. I said like a lot and sounded like a valley girl that didn't have anything else better to do, but still being very cautious about saying that stuff for sure.
You haven't said it once right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
I said it a lot earlier.
I really took a mental note about it and told myself, dude, if you say like one more time, I'm going to blow up on this podcast. But yeah, thank you. I've actually thought about it a lot. So
I feel like though, going back to that quote that you said, like it's important. I know, right? I just said like, but it's important that you do everything so that you can master one, right? Because like when you train different athletes as a coach, like the kid who's done like baseball, soccer, basketball, and then plays water polo, and that's the one thing that they're going to do. They're usually the better player out of
true.
somebody
That's
who's
true.
only done, water polo or one sport.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like knowing producing, sound engineering, DJing, you become a better podcaster. You become a better.
Yeah, you learn like all aspects
Damn,
of
that's
the field.
facts. That's facts.
I think there's more to that quote. A
Jack of all trades, but master of none.
But I think it goes off to but you're still a master of some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it went like that.
Shit.
On the contrary, though, I feel.
Look this up.
All right, don't say like.
You're looking it up right now?
Yeah.
On the contrary, I think it's important to think about, not always mastering something, because I feel. Remember what we talked about last time, where you said you want to be a student all the time, right? I feel like that's also important as well. You know what I mean? So, always thinking about. Trying to think about being a master is a good way to put it too, because I never thought about it that way as well. But also another good way is to be like I said last time, lifelong learner. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
being able to be open-minded and learn new things, because obviously if we have this podcast and we disagree, we can't just be like, oh, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of makes the podcast not fun anymore.
I see.
So, to the point where we're kind of thinking that we're always right, So
That's true.
yeah, it's good. It's good that you have that you want to master something mindset, but it's also good to have that mindset of being a student at the same time.
Yeah, always be a student.
Yeah.
You always get better.
I learned that from RZA from Wu-Tang. Shout out to Wu-Tang.
Yes, sir.
Well, goddamn, I just I just want to be like really good at one thing, you know.
Yeah.
So
Oh, here's a full quote. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but often better than a master of one.
perspective.
Exactly.
Perspective.
Wow. Shout out to Shakespeare. Just kidding. Out of minute quote.
Shout out to Confucius because he's Asian. He relates to me, I guess. Okay, Anthony, your turn. Your turn.
Yeah. So like work related, I work for a cannabis company and I do like project. I don't even smoke weed, but
Wow.
Yes, you do, or he used to.
occasionally.
He used to.
Not really that much anymore. I used to be like a daily smoker and I can't do it anymore. But yeah, I do that and I do like project management for them or like analytics stuff. But that all that stuff is like pretty draining through the week. So like on the weekends, honestly, like just trying to dive into different hobbies. Like right now it's been a lot of just like family functions. You know, it's summer, going to like the girlfriend's place with their family, hanging out with my family, planning little like trips here and there. But yeah, it's just like super busy lately. It's hard to get like a solid hobby to where you can like dive into, you know, and like
Yeah.
have the energy to like really get going with it. But that's why I like that Jeff like hit me up about this, because this is a nice thing, you know, once a week we set up and kind of just jump into it and see what's up with everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like busy life right now, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's a part of like adulting too, because this is like you have like a big boy job, and for us, I mean, I don't have a big boy job. I just have like 2 coaching jobs. I want to get to the spot.
That's still
that
big
you're
boy
at.
job.
I mean,
Don't undermine yourself.
big,
Come
I mean,
on.
I'm not undermining myself, right? But in a sense, it's like I can't live off of coaching.
Right.
Does that make sense?
I guess
No,
people
I
have
get
their
that.
own definition of what a big boy job would be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
sure. I think any job could be a big boy job. It's just how you view it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like what pays the bills versus like what's like your
Yeah.
passion, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it pays the bills, but is it like the thing that I want to do for the rest of my life? I don't
Yeah,
know. You know?
exactly.
Yeah. I think it's important to know what you like and what you don't like when it comes to jobs, but it's not the end of the world if you're in a place where you may not want to be.
Right.
Just learning from your experiences in the past, and then knowing if you want to stay in this field or not. I think it's good enough. So yeah, I wanted to bring Anthony on this because when we were friends at Cerritos College, I mean, we're still friends, but when we were at Cerritos College together, we played water polo. But on our free time, we would always take videos and take pictures and stuff. So we'd go out a lot, like to LA and edit videos. And we had something on YouTube, or we wanted to make like AJ Productions or something like
Yeah,
that.
we did set something up. I still have some like graphic designs for all that stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah.
We made like a whole label and stuff, but we just never followed through with it because he transferred out, and then I was still trying to go into like other stuff of my life. So, but yeah, super excited to have you on because I know
Hey.
that you have like a mind for like creating stuff. And we were actually like driving over here, and you were saying how we were talking about like how different people can come together and make something really good. Like I'm not too good at scheduling certain stuff and planning, but Anthony is, so he could kind of help us out with that.
Yeah.
So it's just having everyone bring in something different and make something out of it.
Love that.
AJ Productions.
AJ because Anthony and
No, yeah, I get it. That's why it's hard.
Oh, I thought you said aging production.
Aging AJ
I
Productions.
heard that wrong.
Dude, I think that was another thing that I got out of the first episode is that I was slurring a lot. I sounded drunk to me. at certain
I know what
times.
you mean.
Yeah. I
This
need
is
to
why
like
we need
open my
headphones.
mouth as I pronunciate my
I feel like I
words.
was talking too fast.
Mm.
My thoughts were just jumbled up. And
But it's so funny to hear yourself, huh?
Oh yeah.
On the
100%.
podcast.
It's almost like you don't want to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's
It's
pretty
like
good
almost
parts and just,
Like
keep
I'm
it.
fine with your guys' voice,
Yeah.
but
It's
when
like
it comes to
kinda
my
confusing.
voice, I'm just like, oh,
I was
shut the
showing
hell up.
Audrey, and I was like, dude, this is how I sound? You like me still? But yeah.
This is attractive.
I don't know. Should we get into all the questions? Because I feel
I mean, well, let's go like through the first round, like see how much time we have.
Okay.
But then let's go
This
through.
is Jacob's.
Yeah,
question.
Jacob's,
Okay,
and
got
then
it.
if we have enough time, we'll go around to
All
your
right, I
question.
just wanted to make sure that we know where we're at.
Yeah, because I mean, so let's do this. Let's keep the questions like the answers like not super short,
Mhm.
but kind of dive into
Like
it,
hefty.
but just be
Yeah.
mindful of like how long we're talking for. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Jacob,
Okay.
your
We should
turn.
we should have said that first.
I know it is
okay.
what it is. What it is. We're figuring it out. We're through
That was
this
good though.
podcast.
That was good. I like that.
Yeah,
That you guys answered that.
Yeah, you guys got to know Anthony a little bit better.
Yeah.
This is the whole point.
This is
It's
good for
working.
us.
It's
This is
working.
working.
It's working. All
Okay,
right,
I
let's go.
didn't prepare any questions, so I'm
Come
gonna,
on,
I'm gonna think of something on top of my head.
All right,
right
Jeff,
now.
you go next.
I gave you guys a 3. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, I guess I'll ask a question.
Wait,
For
I
you
do
guys.
have one now though.
Now you have it.
I have
Okay,
one.
now you ask it, Jacob.
Cats or dogs?
I would say dogs.
This is so biased.
Dogs.
Dog for
Yeah.
me too.
Dogs.
Yeah, I'm a dog person.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
You know, I don't hate cats. It's just I'm allergic to them, so that shit sucks.
The only thing about cats that I think is cool is that like if you have a dog and you go on vacation, you have to have somebody take care of it.
Oh,
Cats are
yeah.
just like you leave for a couple days, they just
They're
like
fine.
kick
Exactly.
it, you know.
You just leave food on the floor and
Pretty
then-
much.
they're
The cat,
surviving.
kitty litter, you know, they take care of themselves.
I want a cat.
I do too, but like I said, I'm allergic, so that's what sucks.
I feel like it depends because cats have different personalities. So my girlfriend's roommate has a cat,
Mm-hmm.
and her roommate left for vacation, so she's been at the door like meowing and crying and stuff. So she kind of acts like a dog, and I'm just like,
That's how they raise them.
yeah. So he'll come up to me and make me pet her, which is like any pet does, but then her mannerisms are very dog-like to me.
Would you guys walk a cat?
I think it would be fun. I would
Have you
do it
guys
for
seen
fun.
that? Like a cat on a leash? You
I
have?
have, yeah, but I
I've
feel like
never
that'd be a
s-
slow walk. Like, you
Yeah,
would probably
they'll be
get
very
nowhere.
slow.
Yeah.
The cat will be walking you.
Yeah.
Let's say that. I think because when you see a cat, usually just going slow and chilling out,
That's true. Just-
doing whatever they want to do.
Mhm.
But if you bring them out, what if the cat's like, I'm just gonna go at my own pace. You're gonna be going at their pace. So
That's like a
unless you
Garfield-esque
drag that
cat.
shit across the street.
Like I didn't even want to go out. Now we're gonna walk at my speed.
Have you ever heard of people like saying that cats can feel people's energy or like they know you before like they meet you? Like, so say if there's a cat, right? And the cat's just like minding its own business, it probably won't like you, right? But if it comes up to you, it obviously likes you because you have a certain personality. So I told a friend that like, oh, usually cats don't go up to me. She's like, oh, maybe you have a bad vibe or bad energy. I'm like, shit, all right. Well, why are you friends with me then? Shit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys ever heard that before.
No.
Really?
No, I haven't.
Bad vibe.
Yeah, they sense like good vibes, bad vibes.
I mean, I know dogs in general could sense when you're feeling like sad or when you're mad, obviously, or happy. Like, I mean, they tell it by your tone. But also I guess how your body language and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I never heard about like prejudging your owner, like which one.
No, but it's not like you own the cat.
I know that's why I said prejudging your.
Oh,
owner,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, because my friend that's a cat person, she told me like they can just read people.
She passionate about this.
Yeah.
We need to get Jeff's friend on because I need to know.
cat lady.
Yeah, I need to know what you know about these cats.
God damn.
You know, I think she might be like right.
That's what I'm saying though, because
Well, I saw this article. Well, okay, I saw this article about like this cat, like it knows when people are gonna die. So like they bring this cat to like to someone. Have you heard about
Yeah,
it
I've
before?
heard like that they have them like in hospitals and like sometimes they might like go up to
Oh,
that
them
makes
yeah.
more sense.
and like they'll wait there when like people are about to pass.
does it get
Yeah.
paid? Does the cat get paid? I'm just gonna
I've
with
seen
food.
that. I always wonder why there's cats. They allow cats inside hospitals because they don't allow dogs, obviously, unless
Yeah.
it's a service dog. But I've seen they put cats on like hospital beds
I
and stuff.
really.
That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. No, my mind is blown.
So,
All right, guys, that was today's episode.
God damn.
if you're in a hospital and you see a cat,
like, damn.
Oh, so that's a sign that you're.
from my understanding, yeah.
Hell no! Don't bring any cats near me in the hospital.
I ain't dying yet.
Then. Okay. I guess I'll ask my question. So it's more personal, like it's more direct towards
Okay.
people.
Uh-huh.
So I'll just like ask like you guys individually, and then we'll just go back to the group thing. So for DNICS, for you, I've known you for probably like a year and a half, almost 2 years.
I think 3 years, bro. 2019.
But I didn't really
Okay.
know. I
know
didn't hang
me.
out
Yeah,
with you
yeah.
until like
Like
2020.
Yeah, it's okay. 2 years.
So yeah, 2 years. But you know how I'm like always like pushing you for your DJ career and stuff.
Yeah.
What's stopping you from getting to that next level? What's something that you want to do for yourself to get to that next thing?
This is
Right, because you're playing at clubs, you're doing this, but there's tiers to this. You know, there's levels. So
Levels to this shit.
yeah,
Damn, this is
there's
deep. We're
levels
getting
to
deep.
this shit.
It was super deep.
I don't know. I'll be honest. Lately I've been feeling kind of unmotivated to DJ and going out pretty much. I know a lot of the homies have events and invite me out, but I'm more of a homebody lately, just because I don't mean to get too deep, but since I lost my grandpa, like, I feel like I want to be like spending more time with my family more and trying to just like not take life for granted a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
be closer to the people.
yeah,
around
exactly.
you.
And I think that's super important because I don't think that's talked about in like DJing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's up?
Talk directly.
Is it not? Check. Hello?
There you go. That's
Good? Okay. Did they hear at least what I said though?
Yeah,
Okay, we'll do it in post. That's fine. Anyways, yeah, and in general though, I think right now I'm setting a lot of my goals and habits. So the first one was obviously health. So I've been going to the gym at least 4 out of 5 days out of the week, and trying to get healthier. So I think right now I'm just setting in my discipline. You know what I mean? Because I can't tell you like how long I've said, okay, I'm gonna make a mix today, and that's been like 2 months already. I haven't made a mix in like a while.
I feel you on that. Making mixes is so time consuming.
Yeah.
It's not just like
is.
I'm just gonna freestyle and make it. Like you want it to be a certain way. You want to curate a set a certain way.
And I feel like going on to the next level, everybody has their own like idea what the next level is. I think for me, it's always going to be wanting to enter a DJ like battle or contest in the future. So I think I practice a lot still, but I think it's better when you practice with people because I feel like I'm not really improving if I'm not told, hey, you're doing this wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
But is there really like a right or wrong, like in this field?
In DJing, when it comes to like technical stuff like scratching and beat juggling,
Especially if you're battling someone, there's a
Yeah.
right and wrong.
Okay.
Because you have like what DNICS was saying is that it's so technical
yeah.
that you can literally hear everything
Mm,
and you can know what they're doing by just listening to them.
yeah.
So
And I think I definitely want to become that like the technique about hearing different scratches. I want to be seen as a party rocker, as like a headliner, rather than just being okay. Like you could open for us, or you could be a
You want to be that
prime.
guy?
You could close for us. Because in LA, in Vegas, I've learned that closing is the headlining spot, but in LA, it's like it's not really that spot. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's just to close out the bar.
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And
Because clubs in Vegas they end super
They
late.
end super late, bro. And I wish they would do that here in LA, but we don't do that, obviously. But yeah, I think I can improve in a lot of spots, like, obviously networking, trying to figure out like who the right person to talk to is, because I feel like my morals don't really align with a lot of like party starters or managers like that. And I'm not like trying to knock anybody, but that's just me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's okay. You know what I mean? So if I could find a spot where which aligns with my morals and which I enjoy, then I would love to rock that spot and be known to have it. I want to have like a DNICS and friends one day. You know what I mean? And I hope like my friends that I invite don't see it as, oh, like I'm just your support or whatever. Like, no, like you're my homie, so that's why it's called DNICS and friends, because I want you to experience this with me. So there's a lot of goals I want to hit. If I do stop DJing, before I stop DJing, but with time, because I think time is very precious, and I think it shouldn't be taken for granted.
Have you been writing your goals down?
I have actually.
You
I've
have?
been journaling a lot lately.
Okay, that's
That's
good.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
the first step.
but not the I'm gonna wait till the moon goes down like journaling. Like
Oh no.
like I actually journal in the morning. I read in the morning now. This is kind of a surprise because I didn't do this last month, but this whole month of July I like read every morning. I've wrote down my goals for the day, what I have to do for the day. I went to the gym, and like I've been tracking my macros like accurately. So yeah, dude, I think everything takes time, and it's also with how you create your habits, because habits and discipline are like two of the most important things for me personally.
Yeah, for me,
So,
like
yeah.
to-do list. Like if I don't have a to-do list for the day, like my whole day is like kind of shot.
Yeah.
Like I need,
Yeah.
even if it's small things, like make lunch or fucking go like start working out, not even like your entire workout, just like to check it off. I think it's like super motivating.
Those small goals add up to the big goals.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it helps to achieve those bigger goals. Because if you're not even doing those small goals, then it's super hard to even get through your day.
Facts, bro.
So
Yeah.
that's what I did too. I have a whiteboard in my
Mhm.
room, and I either do like a checklist or I just write down what I want to do for the week.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be like make a mix. Like making a mix takes a while. It takes more than a week.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it could just be like clean your room or just go grocery shopping or research this thing. Like that's very valuable to me.
Yeah.
So you plan your week, or do you plan your days?
So
What works better for you?
I have two whiteboards. I have a whiteboard for calendar, and then I have a whiteboard for the week.
Okay.
So I write down what I want to do for the week, and obviously the calendar has what I want to do for the month.
Okay.
And like maybe I can set some goals on like certain days and stuff, and like I want to do this by that day and stuff like that. Obviously, and put some future plans in there as well. But I feel like that has kind of helped me a lot to just visually see it and not just always think about it in the back of my head. Because if I visually see it, then I'm forced to like see it, then I will actually do it. And if I go home and not achieve what I wanted to do that day, then I'll be like, I have to do this the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep myself accountable
Yeah.
in a sense.
I love that we're about accountability.
Yeah.
A lot
About
of
self growth.
Yeah, a lot of men
bro.
aren't, bro. Honestly, a lot of
Yeah.
men are pretty lazy. I would say that for sure. I'm more like attached to my emotional side for sure. So I think that has to do a lot with it. You know what I mean? Your emotions have to do a lot with what you do during the day and
I see.
how you get through your day or your week. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
That makes sense.
yeah, thanks for that question. That was a good question.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask Jacob his question. So, if music, I remember it now. If music didn't exist in the world, what would you see yourself doing right now as an occupation?
Oh, I'd be like a doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Doctor or lawyer. No, those were like or an entrepreneur. Like
I could see you in health.
yeah,
I could for sure see you in health.
because like after high school, I had this goal to become a lawyer. No, that actually ended my freshman year of high school because I joined this debate team and I'm just like, damn,
I can do this shit.
I can't.
You don't like to argue, huh?
Exactly.
I
I
was
don't.
kidding, everybody.
Because the part about being a lawyer is that you kind of have to stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah.
And it depends on what type of lawyer you are and stuff, but
yeah.
you have to be on top of your shit. You have to remember a lot. I know that Nicole's going through all that stuff, and I know that she is working her ass off. Shout out to Nicole. To be soul control lawyer.
Soul control.
Hey.
If we ever get in trouble,
If we
Legal
ever get in trouble, we're
issue.
going to, Lois. We're going to,
we
man.
get
Oh,
what's-
that's a plug,
I
bro.
mean, yeah.
Wow.
We've actually asked her about like business stuff and
Mhm.
like what obviously she's part of Soul Control too, so she wants the best for Soul Control. So she was also giving JL some advice of how to manage stuff too.
Yeah.
She's actually she does a lot of the managing.
and
sometimes.
she's still doing a lot of
Yeah,
stuff too.
yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Nicole. I asked her a lot of stuff during the Johnny Depp case.
Oh, really?
I was like, what does this mean?
Did you guys really watch that or
Just saw it was on
saw
YouTube.
Like I just saw like
Highlights.
the highlights, I
Yeah.
guess.
the meme shit about
yeah,
it?
the memes.
My stepmom was actually watching the case, and she was behind, so she was like watching it all on YouTube.
Oh shit!
Oh wait, she was actually there.
No.
She was behind. Like she would watch clips
when-
of it.
Yeah,
I
she
wonder what
like
happened.
because
to
they would
catch up.
because they would publish all of that stuff like online, so you
Mhm.
could just easily see every day of the court case.
Okay, no, for a second I thought you said like
She was in it.
she was in it, like in the back. I was like, oh damn, like like where was this?
That'd be funny though. That'd be funny. Okay. Now we'll move on to Anthony for one last question. I asked this, or I wrote down this question, but I'm gonna kind of change it right now. So if you were to change 2 things in your life right now, what would it be? 2 things, just 2 things. It doesn't have to be big or anything, but it could just be like simple stuff. You know, like, oh, I want to have a better job, or like I want to, move out or something like that. Or I mean, I think you already moved. You're already in. Well, you're in K-Town, right?
Yeah. I'm in K-Town right now.
Was the commute like bad for you?
No, because on the weekends, like 40 minutes.
Okay,
It's not bad.
it's not bad.
But 2 things. I think off the top of my head, maybe like having like delved into something more as a hobby, like earlier on in life, to where I'm not just like only thinking about work, and I have like some outlet outside of work to do stuff. Because I feel like every weekend, if I don't have something going on, like with family or stuff like that, it's like, what am I gonna do today? And just like sit around and do nothing, which is nice, to just chill for a day and do nothing. But then it's like I wish that there was like always kind of some other like outlet or creative part of my life that I could delve into. That's like not money oriented, or like how am I gonna survive the month type deal, something where I could just like let loose. I used to like to play video games a lot, but then I've just kind of grown out of that. I don't really play video games at all anymore, so it's like hard for me to like find that hobby. Sometimes I'll go on like a month or 2 like workout binge where I'll like be consistent, but then I'll take like months off. It's hard to have that one thing that kind of like you always do throughout the years. So I think that's like the one thing that I would try and change, is like earlier on in life, is find that like hobby passion or whatever,
Yeah. I asked that question because ever since I've known you, you're all about figuring out your career and to really dive into what you want to do. And that's something that I really respect about people, is that if they have a goal in mind, they're going to do it, and nothing's really going to stop them from doing it. I remember that you wanted to move out of your house in Garden Grove, and then you went to school in SF, which is actually really cool, because obviously you're moving out, you're going to a different place in California, like NorCal, SoCal, the culture's different. You kind of get to live in that and get to see different people, know different people. And that's something that I kind of envy too, because I've been stuck in SoCal, and I want to do the same thing that you're doing. But it's also, I just wanted to know what your thoughts about,
Yeah, no, it's cool to get out and travel, or I didn't really travel, but just like move out and live in a different area and stuff like that. But even then, like, I was still trying to find like that one thing that you're super passionate about that I feel like I still haven't found. And I feel like there's almost like an advantage to being like in, there's like an advantage to being in a place where like you're kind of like in solitude, because you have to kind of like look within and find that passion that's not just part of your surrounding or part of like a new place that you're at, like being, in the same place for a long time. I feel like you are forced to like look more within about what drives you, and then you kind of are able to take that path, versus like jumping around a lot and just getting like these like adrenaline rushes from a new city, a new job, a new whatever, It's kind of like just hunkering down in one spot. I feel like you're able to develop that passion a bit more.
Well, I mean, what were the things that you like to do in SF that when you were up there?
I mean, SF was fun. Like,
did you party a lot?
Yeah, there's like a big party scene. It was fun, but you get like burnt out after a while, like partying every day. Like,
you're telling us, man. You're telling us.
I know, and you guys still do it. It's like, I'm not even like 30, and I'm just like, bro, I can't be up past 10 o'clock. I got to be in bed by 10, Like, I'm
Wait,
like
how
tired.
old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I was like at Disneyland last night with my girlfriend, and we stayed till midnight. And like by the time I got home, I was like, fuck, bro, I can't be out to Disneyland till midnight. Like, what is going on?
Oh, those feet aches.
You're still young, Anthony. You're still young. Come on.
I just feel like an old man sometimes. But no, SF was like cool party scene. I was there like when COVID hit too, so like everything kind of died out,
Damn.
and that's like when I left. But SF is just like a bunch of characters, like a bunch of like cool people, like everybody's kind of doing their own thing, and they're like super passionate about it, which like I commend people for that. Like even if they're not making a dime, like they're an artist or they're a musician in some capacity, or you know they're doing whatever, and like people are hardcore networking out there, and like you know like people opening different restaurants and stuff like that. It's always owned by like a bunch of people, and like everybody kind of puts their 2 cents into things, which is nice. But yeah, up there, like I was still just really building my career and finishing school and trying to like launch that whole thing. So I wasn't focusing on like what's like a passion project or something that's really like I like to indulge in that is like a good relief from work, you know?
Yeah.
Would you say San Francisco is like fast paced, or do you think it's more chill?
I would say it's fast paced. I would say compared to like LA down here, I think LA is pretty fast paced too, but just like physically up there because it's so packed and it's such a tight area and nobody drives and you just see every like commuter just walking down the street. It feels a lot more like everybody's got a mission to do that day.
Like a New York type of vibe.
Yeah, but just like smaller. But yeah, everybody's like head down, headphones in, like they're going to do something.
Sorry.
No, but then again too, like that way of life, it's cool. Like when you're young and you're trying to get started.
Bro, just hold it at this point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
just hold
just
it.
real quick. Keep going.
But no, it's cool. Like when you're young and you're trying to get started, but then it's kind of like everybody's just kind of like a ghost in a shell. You know, they're just like walking by, doing their thing. There's no real like personable interactions with people because they think they have their own agenda and you have your own agenda for the day of what to do, what to get done. So you kind of lose that like small town suburban, like saying what's up to the neighbors, like running into people at the supermarket that you know. Like everybody's on their own mission out there, you know.
Yeah, I've been watching a show on Hulu called Woke with Lamorne Morris, and it's about the Bay Area. It's about San Francisco and like a cartoonist and like a black cartoonist in the Bay Area, and all these I guess white activists are just trying to tell him what's right and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting, but I'm not gonna get into it. But I think everybody should watch it because it kind of like shows that culture where everybody's like on the go and have their own agenda and trying to assess that into their lives, and it shows that a lot. So yeah. Woke on Hulu.
Yeah. I think like what comes up a lot of times when people eventually leave SF or leave like the big cities where they're like grinding is like when people say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, you know? Like
The process.
Yeah, like the process of getting there. When you're like in those cities, like you really, I think, forget that like this whole process that you're like running from bus to train to get to whatever work thing you got going on is like the whole journey that's like worth it. Like at the end of the day when you get your paycheck, like that's not as good as like going through the whole process. And like there the process is just like very robotic and mundane, you know. It's not as like fulfilling.
I feel that.
But would you rather live in that type of environment where you're on the go 24/7, or would you be more of on like the chiller side, like suburban side? Like if you were to pick one, and this should be a question for everyone, to be honest.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a city boy or a suburban dude? City boy.
I don't know. You know, like I lived there for like 3 years, and now I live in K-Town, which is still pretty poppin'. Like every day, people are out and about, and I've honestly burnt out on the whole like up all day, up all night kind of deal. Like I want to go to the suburban kind of life again and go back to where it's chill. I think it really just depends. I don't know if I could choose one, but it really just depends like what stage of life you're in.
Yeah, how you're feeling at that moment.
Yeah.
It's also because you grew up in the suburbs too.
Yeah, and I liked the city when I first got there. I liked it a lot, and I thought I could live there for the rest of my life. But then once COVID hit and everything really died down, it was like there was no like hit of adrenaline to go out and do something because we couldn't go out, you know. And it's like if that's like what you're living for every day, then you know.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That makes sense.
You know?
I see what you're saying. What about you, DNICS? City boy or suburban dude?
Nah, I'd be suburban. I'm pretty like slow paced. I like to plan my things ahead of time. And in LA, it's very, hey, can you do this tomorrow? Or can you do this like within the next 6 hours? I'm not really like that. So, yeah. When I do get older and have kids, though, I want them to go to school in the hood. So that way,
You want
I want
drop them
them to
off.
experience like what I kind of experienced growing up. Just because I feel like when you give people too much, I guess, what's the right word? Privilege, then they tend to be more spoiled, you know?
Yeah.
But when I grew up going to school in the hood, I feel like, you know, everything my parents gave me was enough, you know?
But just to play devil's advocate, what if them going to the hood makes the situation worse? Or them going to, like, you know, if you have money, like a private school, like, because private schools are meant for the kids to excel. So what if they do excel, right? So I mean, you just never know what could happen. So I mean, I'm not saying like.
Are you saying in terms of like hood activities?
No.
type of stuff,
I'm talking
or-
about like just attitude in general, because you're the product of your environment.
That's true.
And I'm not saying that like, oh, like you can't do shit because you're from the hood. Like obviously you're doing stuff because
Right.
you're from Long Beach, right? I'm just saying like, you know, you just don't know like what the outcome is. So,
I know what you mean.
but I do respect the fact that
Yeah.
you want it a certain way so they can learn
Mhm.
in a certain way.
I would definitely put them in because there are accelerated programs in like public schools, and
Yeah.
even if they're in the hood, like Compton High School, I know they have their accelerated program. My high school was pretty bad, and Long Beach is pretty notorious for being, or notoriously known for being the school with the most crime.
All right, but what high school did you go
Jordan
to?
High School.
Jordan High School.
Jordan High School is off the 91. You see like the Panther.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of accelerated programs over there, and
Okay.
teachers really, you know, the teachers are really good over there as well. So I think I would consider a private school if I do have that money in the future. But you know, if like there's other factors to it, maybe I'll consider just public school and saying, hey, this is gonna teach you to be street smart. You gotta go through it, and this is what I went through. I'll pick you up. I'll make sure you're safe. I'm not gonna put you through too much. You know? Obviously, I wouldn't do that to like
Yeah.
my own, right? I wouldn't put my kids through too much. I would just, you know, want them to experience different personalities, I guess.
So you value
Experiences just to show, because I
and
feel
street
like,
smart.
okay, I'm not trying to go too much into it, but I feel like when people see people from the hood, like, and they grew up in a privileged childhood, they kind of get like, I guess, a little agitated towards those kind of people. You know what I mean? So if you're around these people, you're kind of acclimated to them, I guess, was what I'm trying to say. So yeah, just give them more experience and stuff.
Okay. What about you, Jacob? Suburban or city?
Suburban.
I think we're all suburban because we
Yeah.
grew up
Mhm.
in like a suburban area. Well,
Yeah.
you were in Long Beach, so it's like kind of city /
It's a little bit of both. Like,
Yeah.
because the city is more downtown Long Beach.
I see.
So that's where you would consider, I guess. It's not even really fast paced in downtown Long Beach. It's very slow paced. That's where people go when they're settled and they just want to, like, just be at home, homebodies, but with a nice house, you know? I kind of want that, just to live in a nice house, but
Yeah.
also be a homebody.
For me, I want to be a city boy.
City boy.
But I know eventually that I want to be in suburbs because it's just I've been in suburbs so long. I want to experience something new and change pace and like grow a little bit more.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm the person to just throw Jeff in the fire and see if he lives, you know? So I want to experience that. But I know that, you know, one of these days, if I do have the funds, the back of my pocket, I want a beach house for the homies so they can just come through and
Yeah, bro.
vacation if they want
Live
to.
lavish, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying? I want to live lavish.
Everyone wants to.
I want to be
man.
rich, bro. That'd
I
be
want to
nice.
be rich. Yeah. So I think that's like where my mindset is right
Nice.
now. Because even though I want to grow in an environment where I may not meet, you know, people that are like me,
Mhm.
and to learn from someone that's not like you could be very valuable into growing. So
Exactly.
that's like a big part. that
That's what I
want.
meant.
But yeah, let's talk about what we want to do with this podcast, because on Spotify there's categories of like what we want to be, you know,
Labeled as.
you know, yeah, to be known as.
Mhm.
And I was thinking about this a lot when I was up in NorCal for my club job, because there's a lot of downtime
Right.
I was thinking about where our direction should be in this podcast, and I feel like it should just be just straight up entertainment. It doesn't have to be about nightlife or anything like that, because eventually I want to bring in, photographers. I want to bring in, people that run events, like obviously some DJs, but even like business people, because they're creative as well. And
Writers.
Writers, something like that. Anyone that has a story. And if you are interested in into diving into this conversation with us, and if you want to have free time and to hang out with us, just hit us up in our Instagram, and then give a look at you, and we'll see if we want to have a conversation with you. But that's something that I thought about, because I don't want to just go through this podcast and be like, oh well, hope for the best. I want to have some type of direction for us. So I just kind of want to know what you guys feel about this podcast. So
I think entertainment is a good category.
Yeah, I agree with what you were saying. It's very broad sense where you can do anything with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be super political with it. I want to be straight, just chill with the boys.
Yeah, I want to
chill with
fun.
the boys and girls.
Yeah.
And dogs and cats.
We should have an episode where we just bring our dogs, but I have to ask Gabe about that. DNICS asked earlier in the chat, I was like, can I bring my dog? I was thinking about the worst outcomes. I don't know why. I was peeing, pooping, obviously, and then
honestly, Roni would just sleep, bro. But
Roni is old, huh?
Nah, he's 4 or 5, but he's pretty
he acts like an old dog though.
He does chill. When he's not stressed out, but when he's around people he doesn't really know.
Oh, he's just kind of.
Yeah, but when he's comfortable, he runs around a lot.
Oh, I see. I see. My dog is literally the opposite. She will run around all over you. Lucky.
Oh yeah.
I love that, dude.
She'll bite the crap out of you and stuff. But it's annoying sometimes though. You're just trying to relax. It's all up in your business.
I'm a dog person, bro.
But yeah. I think I'm much of a dog person too.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about future plans as what you guys could see. And I know that I kind of reached out to you guys in the group chat, but no one answered my text message about the segment part, which is fine. We'll talk about it now. We'll talk about it now.
Okay, because I was a little confused because I thought the questions was the segment.
No. Maybe I'm just not clear. This is why I have Anthony on this podcast. But I want to have an end segment where our listeners can kind of interact with us as well. So that might be us asking our listeners on our Instagram, saying what kind of topic do you want to talk about? I want them to kind of feel like they're in our podcast. Yeah.
Then maybe we could just take questions from.
I want to label it something, because I know that Tiger Belly does unhelpful advice at the end, so they label it. Oh, we're going to unhelpful advice. I kind of want that.
Questions from the. I was kidding.
Yeah.
It's super basic.
So I came up with what bad advice or okay advice.
Since we have side in the name, it could be sidebar or something like that.
Ooh. All right. Write that down. Sidebar.
Sidebar.
There you go.
Welcome to the sidebar.
Now we're gonna go into a segment called the sidebar.
Yeah.
Sidebar. I like that.
And then we could take questions from not strangers, from our followers.
I mean, it could be from strangers too.
Oh, it could be the anonymous. Okay,
anonymous.
We'll do that, the sidebar thing. But people have to ask questions. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, but
we'll only do it if people ask questions.
We're basically gonna be picking the questions,
right? Obviously,
right? It's not what kind of cereal do you eat? But it also could be about relationships and stuff. I don't want this podcast to just be about nightlife.
Right.
I want it to be about
everything and everything.
Everything and anything. That's
everything
our motto. That's our motto. Yeah. So you could ask about relationship questions, even though I'm probably the worst person to answer that question, because out of all you guys, you guys are all in relationships. I'm single. Single life, baby.
He's single.
And then that's when we cut.
It's by choice, though. It's by choice, because I'm trying to have self growth.
That's good. That's always good, bro. Wait, did Anthony have questions though?
You guys want me to ask a question?
Oh yeah, you do have questions. Yeah, we didn't even get to it. Sorry, Anthony.
I was thinking this whole time.
Just say it. Just Anthony. I'm not the one that's dictating
It's
this
okay.
whole podcast.
No, you're good.
We
you're
have
good.
time. We have time.
All right. I thought everybody here would be a DJ, but obviously I don't know.
He DJs.
I do
He
DJs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
then this is kind of just general for anybody. What's been like the most embarrassing moment on stage as a DJ for you guys? Like the one time where you're like fucked up or whatever. But I mean, it doesn't have to be bad, but or something funny or something that popped up.
I'll go first. I think the common thing that could be embarrassing is you're like everything shuts off
Oh yeah.
and then there's no music.
That's happened like a bunch of times for you.
Not a
Or
bunch
no?
of times, but it's definitely happened to me where everyone looks at you and like, what are you gonna do about it? You know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to do something when you're trying to figure it out and you're worrying about other people looking at you too. So that's probably embarrassing. But yeah, that's for me.
My embarrassing experience was my mom asked me to DJ for my dad's birthday, and I asked her, like, okay, like send me like what music to play, and she never did. And then the day I was like, just play like anything. I'm like, all right, I'll play what I have. No one was fucking with it.
What were you playing? Your edits?
No, just a bunch of like,
Wait, but was it like a kickback or was it like an actual party?
it was an actual party. And like, you know, like what Filipinos like to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have any of that music.
Yeah.
And so I was just playing like a bunch of like just music that I had from like SoundCloud or just like older stuff.
Yeah, if you ever do if you're a DJ and you need to do a Filipino party for older people, they like a lot of Earth, Wind and Fire and a lot of
Yeah.
like stuff from the 70s.
Anything that you can dance to. I did not have that. Everything was so chill. And it was so embarrassing because I'm looking around, I see all the parents just looking at me. I'm just like, "Fuck." Like, this is weird. And so I just ended up playing Spotify.
How long was your set for? Or how long were you?
No, I was supposed to DJ the whole night. I only did it for like 10 minutes.
Was it at your crib or
It
was
was
it
at my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, did they pay you?
No.
Of course. Did they pay you after the fact?
No, like
Or-
one of my aunts came up to me and she's like, Jacob, I thought you were a DJ. Like, how am I supposed to pay you? I'm like, damn, like I guess I shouldn't do this.
What? Oh.
She was kind of joking when she said it. Like
she
I know,
joking?
no, like I know her personality, but I was just like, damn, like.
That shit would hurt my ego so bad, so fast.
So I would say that's the most like embarrassing.
Okay.
But if you're talking about a club sense, I did get high before a gig one time, like way too high, and next thing you know, like the CDJs that were given to us were broken too.
Oh, you're
And, like-
trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and then it was just bad from there. And I had a bunch of people who came through.
Man.
It sucked.
That does suck. What about you, DNICS?
I think this was like one of my first mobile gigs. I did like a gig for my aunt and her group of she's like the boss, and for her and her friends who are nurses. And then she said, yeah, just play like stuff from the 80s and 90s. I was like, all right, bet, because I'm like pretty well versed in old school music. So I played and it was all like older people and like it was all girls or all ladies, I mean. I played one song. It was a Bobby Brown song. It was a Rock With You. And if you don't know, this song is very sexual. And then I didn't like put two and two together that it was sexual because I was just like, I was killing it the whole night. Everybody was dancing. Everybody's having fun. I dropped that song. And then everybody's like face just went blank. And I was like, oh shit. So I tried quick mixing out, but I couldn't find a song. So it like kind of dragged out. So yeah.
Hey, do you remember that one video I sent the group
Which
about like the girl in the wheelchair?
Oh, that one.
Have you seen the video? Let me see
Wasn't
if I
it
can
at
find
like someone's prom?
It was at prom.
It was at prom.
Oh, yeah,
my
I've seen that.
God.
You
video.
seen it? Yeah.
And she won
Poor
prom
girl.
queen, and then they played Ed
Ed
Sheeran. I forgot what song it's called.
When you're like,
Yeah,
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and then you could just hear everyone like, oh.
Oh,
Imagine
God.
that stuff happens at your prom. Oh,
I bet you that DJ. Okay, one or two things. I bet you that DJ didn't think about that when he played that song.
It's
He
a
already
nice
had
song.
pre-planned, or he thought he had the crowd's trust to do whatever he wanted, and he tried to troll them by doing that.
Oh,
but I still
man.
wouldn't do
Nah,
that though.
That's
Oh,
not even
that's kinda
trolling.
fucked up,
That's
bro.
just so messed up.
But hopefully,
That's just so
was
messed
it a
up.
girl in the wheelchair?
It was a girl in the wheelchair.
Hopefully, she
yeah.
has like, I guess, a good sense of humor.
Wait, but it's But those lyrics are like in the song though.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it in the first verse or like the?
It's the very
First
first
thing he
verse.
says.
The very
Yeah.
first thing he says.
Oh my! So he already probably had that song like ready, locked, and loaded. Like this is gonna be the
Yeah,
the
this
song.
is the one.
Yeah.
And then once the girl showed up
He's
in
like,
the
"Oh,
wheelchair,
He's like, oh,
but you would
dang.
have to think like, oh, like these words are gonna.
Yeah, but if it, what was it, a school prom?
I
thing?
think so,
Like,
yeah.
if he already
Prom.
has it set, like, and he doesn't goes to a new school, he doesn't know.
There's
you know?
other songs out
Like,
there.
how does he
though.
know?
Maybe
that-
maybe he's not. I don't know who this DJ is, but maybe he's just not as well versed. He doesn't know. Okay, I need to have more songs ready. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, it could have
Yeah.
been.
That could be a possibility too, because
Or-
it could be
yeah.
like a high school student, like just getting paid from his school to
Mm.
do the prom. You know,
High school kids are ruthless though.
that's what I'm saying. So what if like he
So
thought it was
ruthless.
funny?
No, no. I don't think I. Yeah, I think it's just a house. But I heard that like high school kids will literally boo you if you suck, and
Really?
and it's funny because like my kids at my high school they had a prom obviously, and I asked them if the DJ was good, and they said. No, he sucked. He was like mixing out of these songs so quickly. I was like, oh, he was quick mixing? But I guess high schoolers like the song to be played out because
Yeah.
they're so used to hearing these songs played out. So that if you like mix after the first chorus, it's too fast for them.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really understand DJing for a crowd
Yeah.
because it took me a long time to understand. Okay, this crowd doesn't really care about your scratching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This crowd doesn't really care about what you do.
They don't know like the technical skills of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna
Yeah.
be like, "Oh my god, that was so cool." I mean, some people will, but at the end of the day, you're getting a check because you're providing a service. You know, if that's like a mobile DJ or you're doing a wedding or whatnot.
I mean, when you go out, do you try to notice what the DJ is doing, or do you just kind of like, oh, this is how it's supposed to sound?
No, like ever since I've hung out with you and you've like DJ'd for me like personally or whatever, like I don't know like all the technical like skills that people have, but I do like try and pay attention to like the transitions and stuff like that, and that's the only thing that I'm focusing on is like how well they're transitioning to new songs or if it's like catching the vibe for everybody. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to know like how good a record scratch is if I went to something like that, you know.
Anthony was actually there when I first started to pick up DJing, like
Oh,
the
yeah?
very first time.
Yeah.
And
When was that?
like 2016.
It was a while
Was
ago.
A while
that
ago.
was during college.
Yeah, during college.
Okay.
I think my second year of college.
Okay.
I just picked it up, and I was so bad. I was trying to show him all this stuff, but luckily we had the same music taste, so we like really bonded over like oil grime. So I'd just be playing like oil grime stuff and be like, "Wow, you're really good." At the same time, just like I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, he's been there like since the very beginning. So it's
Hey.
actually really cool that how I'm like
Bring it
not
back.
putting you on, but just like letting you
Just
come
reconnecting.
along.
Yeah.
Yeah, reconnecting over like
Yeah.
music and
It's
stuff.
like
so.
full cycle, full cycle, full circle.
Full circle, full circle, full cycle, full water cycle.
Was that all
This
your,
is the photosynthesis part.
was that all your questions? Or did you
Yeah.
have more?
Well, I mean, we all had 3 or something.
Okay,
right?
now I don't know.
But I don't know.
How much? Like, what are we at right now?
We're at 2:32 right now, and we're at
You were past an hour.
past.
Oh, we're past an hour. Damn.
Hour 5.
I swear, doing these podcasts now, doing episode 2, hour feels so short.
Yeah,
Hour feels very.
we need to do 3 hours. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn, that's
5
long.
hours. I don't care if we go a little after, like over an hour.
Oh yeah, no, I love that we enjoy these conversations.
Yeah. I mean, one thing about this podcast is getting to know people
Mm-hmm.
and getting to know our guests. And I want to make it super inviting for everyone to feel, or not invited, but I want everyone to feel comfortable when they're here so that even if they do listen to our podcast
Right.
separately, they feel comfortable listening to us and they could always go back to us whenever. So we're on Spotify. So what's the whole process for Apple? And if there's anyone out there that could kind of help us with Apple Music, just shoot through our DMs and we'll
I can
have
ask my
a
friend
chat
today.
about it.
I can ask my friend today.
Yeah, I've always
Later.
because I was looking through because we use Anchor FM, right?
Yeah.
Anchor.
And I like Anchor FM. because I just like I was like going through the website and you can add in descriptions and stuff. I want to like know like a little bit more about Apple because I think it would just make us a little bit more official
Right.
if
You
we're
know,
on
Apple
Apple. Because Spotify, there's a lot of people that are only Spotify team or Apple team, and I want to get into both. So
Well, we're also gonna be YouTube now too.
yeah, YouTube too.
Eventually,
We're gonna
yeah.
have we have a YouTube channel already up. If you guys look at our Instagram, under our link tree, it has. I made a TikTok for us too. So whenever we have like our videos ready, we'll post on there. Obviously, our Instagram, YouTube, Anchor FM. You can listen to our episodes on Anchor FM and Spotify.
We're
So
gonna
we have
make
a
a
lot
Twitter.
of platforms. Huh?
We're gonna do a Twitter.
Oh yeah, we should make a Twitter.
I
You
think
can-
that's.
Like, we can
DNICS, you
use
should
it.
be in charge of the Twitter.
I'm down.
Yeah, bro. Oh, damn, he was ready.
I'm down.
I see DNICS on Twitter. We already talked about that in
Yeah.
that first episode.
I calmed down though. I feel like I
don't
kind of
know.
caught myself. I was like,
I feel like you're still at it.
I feel like I just tweet random shit though.
Okay, never mind then.
You just be beefing on Twitter or what?
Yeah, bro. Fuck the world. Just
Just
Okay,
at
bro.
them already, bro. I'm just kidding. No.
I like this though. I think we should do this more often when we don't have guests.
Yeah,
talk-
just us?
Talk
Yeah,
amongst
this is
each
kinda
other.
chill. We could talk about random, like we said, we could talk to the guests, or to our followers, or we could talk about a subject that we all saw in the
Then
news
let's
or some
figure out
shit.
the name right now. That should.
Sidebar.
Yeah, sidebar.
Oh yeah, sidebar. Fun. The sidebar or sidebar?
The sidebar.
The side.
Since we have the side room.
The side room. The sidebar.
Okay, the sidebar. Okay, I'm sure.
I think on Anchor you can ask questions.
ask questions on.
Yeah, and then like it sends it to the Spotify for the viewers to see.
Oh, to see.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but do you think people will actually go on Anchor to do that though?
No,
Yeah, that's true.
so you write the question up on Anchor. Okay, actually maybe it
We'll
might
figure
just
this
be
out
on-
after.
Yeah, we'll figure
Yeah,
it
we'll
out.
figure it out. We'll let you guys know about it. But if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, no, nothing.
What have you guys been listening to lately?
Oh,
Oh, listen, music wise.
Music wise, yeah. See what vibe you guys are on.
I've been listening to Larry June a lot lately. Oh, that was my
Ooh,
phone.
Larry June.
It's okay. Larry
I've
June,
actually been seeing
yeah.
him on like Instagram a lot.
Yeah, I just like
Love Larry June.
his rap style is very poetic. It's not your average like new school rapper. It's very he brings back that old school West Coast vibe a little bit, but it's very poetic. So I think that's why I enjoy his music a lot.
Dude, I can't wait to see him next
Oh, yeah.
weekend.
Are you seeing him?
Yeah, outside lands.
Oh,
He's day 2.
Oh dang!
Bro.
Do you know who Larry June is?
No, I don't think so. Maybe like if I heard a song.
He's like
Larry
a
June
newer
is from the
rapper.
Bay.
I think he's like a SF, like Dom Kennedy.
Yeah, basically like SS Dom
Basically,
Kennedy.
that doesn't make a lot.
Wow,
of
that's
sense.
actually a great
analogy.
comparison. A great
But his
analogy.
flow is very like laid back, and he talks about like organic juices a lot.
This guy
Everything's
smokes-
organic.
says water your plants. a
Yeah,
lot.
water. Like literally, like when you listen to his music, you feel like a gangster, but at the same time, like you're healthy.
You're like, oh, water my plants. All right.
It's like, all right.
He sounds like he smokes a pound of weed straight to the face every single day.
Organic weed.
Organic weed.
Or he probably doesn't
No
even
pesticides.
smoke weed. He probably like just drinks a lot of juice and stuff. He probably juices.
Just water. Just water. I mean, water's
Water.
nice. I've been listening to a lot of house music. A lot of house music.
Nice. Where's some
Because-
artists?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. That's just where my mind is right now. I've been listening to. Oh, did you guys watch Fred Again's Boiler Room set?
No.
No.
Go home. Go watch that tonight. Go watch it after this podcast because that Boiler Room set was amazing.
I thought that was a track, but like a.
Oh, because of his hair.
Yeah, I thought it was a track, but like a what do you call it? What do you call it when somebody has an alter ego?
Alter
Oh,
ego. Nah,
okay.
dude. Fred
That was alter
Again.
ego.
He was working with Swedish House Mafia, Skrillex.
Oh, okay.
He's really good. Like you would like him a lot.
Mhm.
Fred Again. He was at Coachella.
Fred
I
Again.
only saw like literally 5 minutes at the end of his set. I
Was
want
that
to see him
Coachella?
live. Huh?
He was at Coachella.
Yeah, he was at Coachella.
Was that like
He
the
had,
Dulab?
I think his set was one of the best sets of Coachella.
Was that
weekend.
Dulab?
No, it wasn't at Dulab.
What stage was it?
The Mojave tent, I think.
What?
Yeah,
bit later.
but yeah, everyone was saying that his set was really, really good at Coachella, and then after Coachella, his career just like spiked even more.
Damn.
So he's from London, really good DJ, really good producer. Just that type of music where it's just you just know that person is talented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll check them out.
What have you been listening to?
When you said Boiler Room, I listened to one of Kenny Beats sets.
Oh, the recent one?
Yeah.
The one in Spain,
Yeah,
Barcelona.
where they blew a hole in the floor.
Imagine
The whole crowd, I guess, like broke the floor of the
Yeah.
like venue.
Did it
Really?
show
And they
it?
had to
It showed it. It showed it.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big hole.
they had to like stop the show and everything.
Was it deep or was it like just wide?
It was like a foot deep,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
it
but it's
wasn't,
still
like-
a hazard though.
No,
Yeah.
it is. But I was thinking like people just fall through this floor.
Oh,
Bro, I feel like it's been happening a lot lately. Or I've been seeing a
people
lot
falling
of
through floors.
Yeah. Like it's like an event. Like there's this one. It was like I think it was a wedding, and then they're in the top floor, and then
Oh,
yeah,
I
this shit-
saw that.
You saw
I
that?
saw that.
Yeah. And then there was another one that happened in like Miami, but I think it was just a building that collapsed.
So if you're on a wooden floor, be sure to ask who owns the floor if it's been inspected.
Yeah, just make sure the building's good.
Just jump a few times, and then if you didn't fall, you'll be good.
I saw a video on Twitter where there was a function at someone's apartment, and there was a lot of people.
I
at
saw
this
that
apartment.
too.
And then you just see a dude like filming the crowd, and all of a sudden, like the ground just starts falling apart, and then all these people just fall into like the next floor down.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
so
fucking scary,
terrifying,
bro.
That's
I
terrifying.
mean, I don't love it.
It's so funny though. It was so funny.
I just hope it doesn't happen to me. That's it.
They all just flop onto each other, but then it is kind of sad though. Like you don't even
That's
know if
scary,
people got hurt.
bro.
So
Yeah.
if you got hurt, I'm sorry, but that shit was so funny.
Whoever recorded it, you're kind of funny
Yeah.
too if you're posting it. I wouldn't have posted it, to be
I
honest.
wouldn't have.
what have you been listening to?
I've
Answer
been
your
listening.
question.
I've been listening to a lot of like R&B lately. There's this guy named Laren Wong that I found out.
Ooh.
You know about Laren Wong?
Yeah.
Bro.
Laren Wong.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of like D'Angelo.
Like it's like more like
guess so.
new R&B. I guess
Yeah.
would be the technical term.
I found out about him because my friend invited me to go to his listening party for the EP he released, but I didn't end up going because I had to go back to LA that next day.
Where was this?
It was in
release party.
it was in LA. It was like in North Hollywood.
What you had?
So I was
You probably had something to do.
I was at school already,
Oh, I see.
and then I had to go back to school that next day.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I was like, damn, I'll just go home.
Yeah.
okay.
But I listened to the tape on the way home. Like, damn, I should have went. This shit's
I
fire.
had like mad FOMO.
Yeah,
I think I saw a video where a TSA agent was fighting him.
him. Oh, dude, really?
Yeah, because the TSA agent like said something racist.
Oh, that's crazy.
We'll watch it after this. But
Dude, did you know he was a linebacker for Seattle Seahawks?
really?
Yeah, I was surprised on that. I was
Okay,
like,
maybe I'm
what the
thinking
fuck?
about somebody
This
else.
is when Anthony would be right next to you searching up the
Yeah.
video and then showing us, and then we can all watch it right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
All right, never mind. I think
Unless we got
about
TV.
somebody else.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna have like a monitor and stuff.
Yeah.
Jacob has one too. That'd be like perfect
Yeah.
for this table.
Yeah.
We'll bring it.
Yeah, but I think we should end like that as well. Like have sidebar and then what we've been listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
like that.
For sure.
I like that. We're growing, guys. We're growing.
You guys are watching the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're growing with us. You're growing with us.
Wait, what were some? What were some house artists that you've been listening to?
House artists. I mean Peggy Goo. Well, she's not really house. Well, she's like
She's house. isn't
electronic
it?
house.
She's house.
She's everything
Yeah.
funky.
Yeah.
I've been
On
listening
the
to her a
floor.
lot because my friends, they really like her. They saw her at like a New Year's party at Sound nightclub that I was talking about.
Mhm.
I regret not going because I didn't go because of my coaching job and I didn't want to get, and that was like during COVID, like a little
Mhm.
bit, like 2022, jumping into 2022. And I didn't want to get anyone sick at all. So I ended up not going, but no one got sick from there, so I regret it bad. Yeah, Peggy Goo. What other house? Like Shapeshifters. They're like more of a disco-y.
Shapeshifters.
Yeah, Shapeshifters. I'll send you some. I played one of their songs at the 3-year anniversary, and it actually hit really well.
Shapeshifters.
Yeah, it was when J.O.'s friend was dancing, tall guy.
Oh,
Black
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I forgot his name. But yeah, he was really good. Yeah, just a lot of disco.
I love
disco.
FAO.
Okay.
It feels good. Feels good to listen to it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Party rock anthem.
yeah, well, that'll wrap up this podcast. Episode 2 in the books. Thank you guys for listening to this whole podcast. So we got a lot of love for the first one. Yeah, I just overall, I feel like we are getting better, and
Yeah.
we feel like we're getting to know ourselves through this podcast a little bit more. So thank you again. You guys got anything to say?
No, just look out for more. And
Please
also,
like and subscribe.
yeah, like
Oh yeah, like and subscribe our
Smash
YouTube.
that
We gotta
like
finally
button.
say that.
Can we
now.
get to like 10 subscribers, please?
Dude, at least 10. At least 10.
Set the goal right now. 10 subscribers.
We gotta set the goal of like at least 50 by the end of
the year.
August.
Yeah.
If we get the video up and running, I'm gonna try to be as consistent as possible with content. So I just want to do a lot more for this because I know the first episode we weren't even able to get video on because my laptop died. We saw that
good.
whole spiel, but yeah, just look out for more episodes. I'm super excited for the future to come with this group. So yeah, see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Leaks.
Yeah, the side room. Yeah.
Yeah.